Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Game Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is a Let's Build video. What are Let's Build videos and what they're all about? Well, Let's Build video, I take a model kit and I'll show you how to put it together. If there's any areas of concern on the sprue, as in chains, pipes, things you have to be careful of slipping off, or if there's a piece of model you need to take off of the sprue, but there's something that looks a bit weird, but actually has to stay on, I'll give you guys a heads up and let you know. If you suffer with dyslexia or just struggle with instruction in general, again, this is a visual way to help you. If you're interested in certain models for an army that you have or that you want to collect, again, this is just a visual way to show you how easy it is to build. These videos are designed to help everyone build any model of, it doesn't matter your age or your skill level. So for all my regulars here, guys, I feel love. Thank you very much. I'll see you in a second. Right, so as you would have seen from the thumbnail, I'm doing the Neophyte hybrids. This is from the Shadow Throne box. This is just to finish this box off. But this is for the Genestealer Cults. Now, this is the reason why I do these videos. Look at this sprue. If you're new to the hobby and you're just picking this sprue, you'd be like, what the hell? Where do I start with this? Look how many pieces on it. It's a 10-man unit. But before we go any further and start doing crazy stuff, let's go through tools needed as usual. The first thing we need is model scraper. Now you can use a hobby knife or a surgical blade or something like that, but if you're using a sharp tool, just be careful because it's sharp. Let anyone know you're in the house that you're doing that, so nobody scares you by accident. Clippers, most useful part of our kit. Now I have this wonderful material called sanding sponge. You can get sanding sponge or sanding block. Now they're both the same. It's basically foam in the middle with sandpaper either side. This is perfect for like small things like pipes and chains and stuff like that. And this is also handy when you've built the model. If you find any bits that you've missed, you can go over this. The difference is the sponge is very flexible. The block isn't as flexible. You can get some in a hardware shop, in the sandpaper section or the wallpaper section, somewhere in that area. This is a plastic kit, so plastic glue. So for everyone that's new, what we do now, before we even start snipping and cleaning and all that business, we have a look at the sprue and we ascertain what's what to make our lives a lot easier. Now I've looked at the rules for these guys, but the rules I have for them are from 9th edition. So I'd imagine it's pretty much the same. The only thing, the weapon option loadouts, they all come with an auto gun, which is, no, it's not that one. Yeah, these ones. These are auto guns. Sorry. Okay, but they can all have them changed to a shotgun, which is nice. The shotguns look actually fantastic. Now up to 10. There's 10 models in the unit. For every 10 models in the unit, up to 2 models can have a heavy weapon. And for every 10 models in the unit, up to 2 of them can have a special weapon, which is grand. So you can have 2 heavy weapons and 2 special weapons in the unit, which is very nice. Anyway, so look, we've got body parts here. Yeah, now I'm showing you these two. There's 10 of these and 10 of these on this sprue. I don't know if these two go together. I'd imagine so 17, 18, so I'd imagine they do, but there's legs, which is, I like that, because once the body goes together, this goes straight into the legs, there's no messing around. You got a heavy weapon there. That's a heavy stubber. I don't know what the hell that is. Is it a mining drill? No, I think that's the mining drill. I mean, look at that. This is fantastic. There's a seismic gun. I don't know. It's a heavy weapon anyway. We've got backpacks for heavy weapons. That looks like a heavy stubber one. Must be for this one here. Then we've got chain swords. Absolutely lovely. I'd imagine that's for the sergeant. Where are we? There's some heads. And there's the odd arm. It's one of these ones where some weapons have to hold, go into the arm, and so the arm goes onto the model and into the hand down the gun. And this side of the sprue, we've got heads. The only thing I don't like about these big sprues, trying to film them is an absolute nightmare. Obviously, the one that I really like, the grenade launcher. If I can crack frag or crack grenade. We've got a flamer there. What was special one to see? Oh, that's a web pistol. The rules for that for 9th edition, it does, you roll dice, and I think if your dice roll is higher than the strength of the target or something, it does 1 mortal wound, something like that. You got some more backpacks. You got a web gun. I think that's the web gun, which again does the same sort of thing, but I think you got 2 dice. I'm not sure. I didn't read the rules for that. Just so okay. You got icon. This unit is pretty straightforward to put together. The only reason I was going to build it off camera, but the only reason I said no, let me build it on camera, is because it's that many parts and that big, that, you know, I thought if someone's collecting this army or someone's thinking about this army and they get that kit, they're going to go like, oh my goodness me, where do I start? So I thought, let me just do it, and just, you know, not only does it finish that box off, but also helps you guys out. So I'm going to finish getting set up, and then I'll come back to you then for the first pieces. Right, so I had a quick cheeky look at the rules for these guys, and they're pretty much the same. They've been modified a little bit for 10th edition, but the configuration of the unit is exactly the same from 9th when this box came out to 10th. So basically, all the Neophyte hybrids come with auto guns. You can swap them out for shotguns on all of them, or some of them, or whatever. Every 10 models in the unit, 2 of them can have a heavy weapon. For every 10 models in the unit, 2 of them can have a special weapon, which is absolutely fantastic. And looking at the way the instructions work, when I show you the bodies, how the bodies go together, that's the same for all of them. The only thing I might have to show you is, you know, where the 2 body parts are for the next model. That's it. But it's very, very straightforward. So we're going to start first with the sergeant, and he's number 64 and 63. Okay, where they're located on the sprue is there's a chainsword. Okay, so 63 and 64. These 2. So I'm going to snip those off, clean those down, and I'm going to show you how they go together. But I said the body's going together for this guy is going to be the same for everyone else. Right, so it's very, very simple. There is, it shows me, stop, just focus. There are some little pins there. There is some pins. There's also holes on this one. Yeah. So as most things we all know, this just pins in the front there, like so. Okay, so I'm going to glue that into place, and straight away by putting the chest piece on, that's where the head's going to go, and that's where the arm's going to go. So when you glue that in, don't worry too much about running some plastic glue along that join line, because the arm's going to go in there. I'm going to glue that together and then come back to you for the next piece. Right, the next one we need is number 16, which for some bizarre reason on this sprue is miles away from where. One thing I do like with what Games Workshop has been doing is putting all the parts together. Yeah, so it's very quick and easy to find the parts. But the legs are over here for this guy. Now I did clip number 11 out by accident. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, so I do have that bit floating around. But anyway, I'm going to clip the legs off, get a 25mm base, and then I'm going to show you how the body and the legs go together. One thing I've just realised. There's a little pin on top, a little triangle pin, diamond pin, shall I say. That is to stay on there because there's a pin there and it just plugs into it. Now, if you do have trouble trying to put that in, you can always snip that off and glue the body straight to the legs. It's not a problem. But that basically goes on there like that. Okay. Now that actually looks really nice. And then the model glues onto the base. So I'm going to do those 2 bits and then come back to you for the first bit. Now, like I said, with all the rest of the bodies, I'm just going to show you where the numbers are. I don't need to show you how they go together, because I've shown you. How the body goes into the legs, again, it's the same for all of them. If there is anything different on one of them, I'll let you guys know, but I'm pretty sure they're all the same. And then glue it to the base. So I'm going to sort this guy out and then come back to you for arms and his head. Right, so he's on the base already. So the next thing you have to decide is what pistol you want to give him. This is a sergeant model, so he has a pistol and a close combat weapon. So we've got the bolt pistol, we've got the Weber pistol, and it looks like a las pistol to me. Could be wrong now. And he has a choice of a chainsword. So it looks like a power maul, but I think it could be some sort of power weapon, I'm not sure. Or the pickaxe. I think that counts as a brutal hand weapon. I'm going to give him the chainsword and the bolt pistol. Okay, so I'm going to snip those off, clean those down. Now I don't, should I show you how they go on? I don't really need to, really. This bolt pistol glues into this side of him. A little circle bit there, where the line is in the middle. And then the chainsaw will glue the other side. So I'm going to snip those off, clean those down, glue them onto him, and then come back with the head. Right, so I sort of changed my mind. I didn't put the bolt pistol on, I put the web pistol on him. I just thought let's get something different. Now the head goes in top there. It's very, very straightforward. There's no messing around with that. It's head number 102 to 105. So there's, I think any head would go in there. But with that said, these ones look a bit bigger. There's basically in these four here. And where's the other head? There's the other head. 104. So it's either one of these 1, 2, 3, 5, which translates to these four here, or the other one. So I'm just going to pick one off. I'm probably going to go with, I don't know, they're all pretty tasty. I'm just going to snip one off. Probably going to be, just keep it simple, keep it this guy at the end here. I'm going to snip them off, clean it down, glue the head in. That's the sergeant done. And I'll come back to you for the next guy then. And there we have the sergeant. Very nice. Actually, he's a little bit fiddly. The arms are fiddly to but apart from that, there were some horrible mold lines along the straight as well. Still a little bit of sand to do on that, but it's not too bad. That's very nice. I like that. So I was looking at the rules for these guys, and the more I was looking at the rules, the more I'm like, oh, I actually quite like these guys. With their ambush rules and everything else, and it's actually quite tasty, quite nice. Anyway, the next two pieces we need are number 2 and number 3. These are body parts, so where are we looking? There's number 2 and there's number 3. Okay, they are, and we need number 1, which is this one here. So I'm going to snip all 3 of these off, clean them down, glue them together, glue them to a base. Now just so you know where these are on the sprue, there's the flamer, okay, and the grenade launcher, so it's just there. Right, so put that together. But I thought to myself, I was thinking about the most easiest way to do this for you guys. So what I've decided to do, the Sergeant's Model 1, that's Model 2, okay, from the instructions, which is going to be the icon bearer. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through and show you the 2 body parts and the legs for Model 3. I'm going to clean them, clip them, clean them, and glue them off camera. Then show you Model 4, Model 5, all the way to Model 10. Then go back to Model 2, which is the icon bearer, and then show you the parts you need for him. And next one, next one, next one. I think that's probably the most efficient way for me to do it. Because otherwise I'm going to have the same thing, not same thing again, but I'm just, I'm trying to then glue arms and heads on, well, heads not so much, but I'm trying to glue arms on, and the model's not probably glued to the base. At least this way, when I get to number 10 and come back and glue him, the next one's going to be sort of not dry, but ready enough for me to glue the arms and to mess around and pick it up and do all this with it and sit and hold it and all that sort of business. So I'm going to get the pieces ready for the next guy. So the next guy is 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so the one we just took was here. So it's just literally along. I'm going to snip them, clean them, glue them together, glue them to the base. Right, so the next guy is 7, 8, and 9. Okay, we're just taking those 3. So that's literally where they are there. And there's the first one stuck. So I'm going to simply clean them, glue them to a base. Right, so the next one we need is number 80, 81 and number 19, which is a bit random, but that is the way it is. And this is on the opposite side, so this is where we've just taken from, yeah, and they are here. So I'm going to snip, clean, glue. Now these are two heavy weapon guys, so they go into a 32mm base. All the rest of them are on 25mm base. Right, so the next one is 82, 83 and 28, which are the legs. That's next to the icon stand. I mean, look at the detail on that. But there's two pieces we need and the legs. So I'm going to snip them off, clean them down, glue them onto it. Again, this is on a 32mm base. Right, so the next one needed is 22, 23 and 24. Just to give you a point of reference, they're next to the big drill. The drill, is that the drill? Heavy drill? I don't know. It looks like the drill to me. But we'll call it this big bad boy gun. So these ones here, okay? I'm going to snip, clean, glue them on these back onto 25mm base now, guys. Right, so these are the ones we just took. The next ones are over here. So there's 26, which is a crazy one. 27, 25. So the legs and the back are together, and then the body's there. The body's just below the heads. Okay. Again, 25mm base, snip, clean, glue. Right, next one is 10, 11, which I cut off by mistake earlier on, and 12. Okay, now these are just below the big bad boy gun. Okay, and I cut that one out already, so it's actually here. So I'm going to snip, clean, glue. Right, so the last one, there's only one set of legs left, which is these ones here. There's 13, 14, 15. Okay, now you're also going to have, look, there's more body parts here. The reason for that is, if you're choosing, there's one body part here, one body part up here. If you're choosing not to have, say I'll buy another box, actually there's a third one here as well. I know why that is. So I buy another box of this, I can't have another icon bearer, model number 2. So you can have one per unit. So let's just say, for example, that body part there, these two are for the model that's not going to be an icon bearer. And then you've got the other two that are for models that are not going to be heavy guys. Even though I think that's silly, because for every 10 models on the unit, 2 of them can be heavy, 2 of them can be special, 1 can have an icon bearer. 1 can be an icon bearer, sorry. And then 1 sergeant. So if I bought a second box, I only have one sergeant, but use a normal guy in a unit of 20, 1 sergeant, 4 specials, 1 icon bearer, 2 heavies, so 4 heavies, and the rest of them are going to be just normal guys with auto guns or shotguns. Anyway, I'm going to take the bits off that I need, and then make sure, yeah, 13, 14, 15, yeah. I'm going to snip these 3 off, clean them, glue them to the base, and then come back to you again. Right, so now we have it. Model 1, Model 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 10. Laid out like that. Now, I think that's more efficient way of me doing it. So instead of me going back over, oh, this is the next body part, I don't need to show you if I've shown you, and then just do it off camera. If I run through that, you know where the body parts are. And if you're following it to this stage, you'd have the sergeant built, so you have a very good idea of how to do the rest of them. But then you've lined up all the guys the same way. So they're all lined up. And as long as you don't mess up and take one from this end for Model 2 or Model 3, you know, it shouldn't really matter, to be honest, because it's, you know, but there are certain arms that go with certain weapon options. Like, for example, the last 2 guys I'm looking at on here, they can either have, okay, so you have auto gun number 31, shotgun number 33. Both of those guns go with arm 32. Okay, auto gun 37, shotgun 39, both go with arm 38. arm being the one that supports the gun from the other end, because it's a two-handed weapon. Well, they need two hands to hold it because it's quite heavy, quite difficult for them to field. Apart from that, all the heads are interchangeable, so the heads don't really matter. But anyway, I'm going to leave this to dry for an hour or so, and then come back and, we'll go for model 2, which is the icon bearer, and then the specials and the heavies. Now, if you don't agree with the way that I've done this, you think, if you prefer the way I was doing before, I do model, just comment below and let me know. If you agree with this way of doing it, I think this is a lot easier of a setup, because you can actually see what you've got in front of you. It's more, gives you more enthusiasm to get it finished. Comment below and let me know. Another thing, before I forget, we're doing it this way. There are a few models that are sort of one foot on the ground, the other foot sort of pivoted forward. So it's like as if they're walking really fast. Trying to glue arms on, if I glued them like now, picked them up and tried to put arms onto him, I'd have a very difficult time, because it's only one point of contact on the base, really. The other foot is just the tip of the toes. So this way now, we'll leave it for an hour or two. They'll all be dried to the base, or should be dried enough for me to pick them up and start messing around with them. But anyway, guys, I'll see you in a minute. Right, so now we're back to the second model, which is going to be the icon bearer. So the first thing we need is the icon, which is number 62. Now, if you're not using it as an icon, you want to use it as a normal guy, he has the stabby hand with the, where is it now? Here it is. That's the stabby hand, the dagger. So I'm going to snip this off carefully, because it's on a pole, and every time something's on a pole, it's always hard to snip and clean. I'm going to snip it. There's probably going to be some mold lines along here, I reckon. I'm going to snip it, clean it, and then I'll show you how it goes on. Right, so I put a bit of glue in there. You see there's a little flat piece there. It just glues on there, like so. And you want to make sure that it's hitting the base. So I'm going to go camera and glue it into place. Right, so see, make sure it's connected to the base. That's not connected to the base. The base is sat in there. But if you do connect the stand to the base, you can drop a little bit of glue on it, and it'll just give it a bit more stability, because there's point of contact on the model and point of contact on the base as well. But when I gravel it, I'll just make sure the gravel gets underneath it. Now, the next one we need is either number 58 or number 59. So we've just taken the icon from here. So it's either one of these ones, because it comes with auto gun as standard, but it can be changed to a shotgun. Any number of models can have their auto guns changed to shotguns, so it's not an issue. So I'm going to snip off the auto gun, give him the should I give him the auto gun? No, I'm going to give him the shotgun. Actually, I'm going to give him the shotgun. I'm going to snip it, clean it, and the shotgun goes on the other side, exactly the same as the stand does. So I'm going to glue it into place, and I come back for the head. Right, as for his head, you can have any number from 95 all the way to 100. Yes, any one of these. Now, in all honesty, I think any one of these smaller heads will go on. I think the bigger heads are for the heavy weapon guys, in all honesty. But I think any one of these will do. So I'm going to snip off one of those, whichever one I decide. I don't know, probably we'll go to glasses here. I think that's pretty cool. They're all pretty cool, actually. Look at the dirty mould line going across the back of the heads there. And we're going to snip one of those off, clean them down. It goes in the front here. It goes in the top there, same as the sergeant. I'm going to snip it in, snip it, clean it, glue it in, then he'll be done. Right, so on to model 3 and 4 now. We'll start model 3. These are two special guys. They have a special weapon. They can have a Weber, a flamer, or a grenade launcher. I was actually torn between the Weber and the grenade launcher. Weber and the flamer, sorry. But I think with their ambush rule, the flamer's probably going to be better. Because it's torrent weapon. It can, it's not going to do much damage, but it can give them a little pause for fault. So I'm going to go with the flamer for the first guy, which is number 74, which is next to the big heads. Very distinctive weapon. 74, 75. We'll need 76 afterwards, but we'll take the two arms first of all, the gun and the other arm. I'll slip them and clean them. I'll show you how they go. They go on either side, but I'll show you how they go connect to each other. So the first thing we're going to do, put a bit of glue in there. We're going to take the arm that supports the gun. We're going to get that in there first. Okay. What's the point of doing that way? Now, and this is one of the joys of using plastic glue, because you've got a chance to move stuff around. If it's not quite right, you can. With super glue though, you only have a small window. So I put a bit of glue on the arm there, and there's a little piece here that's holding the gun. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue that in. Very fiddly these things are when you're trying to do two-hand weapons. I will often cheat if I can and get away with it. So the arm's on there now, okay? But you can see it's not connected. It's not actually on there because it keeps coming off. What you want to do is take your hobby knife and gently move it up, and then until it connects. Now we're basically there. It's just slightly off, as you can see. So what I do is I give that, should really give it a minute, but there we have it. Oh, sort of. This gun's not wanting to stay. We have it now. So I'm going to hold that for a couple of minutes. Now if I need to, if it does start to slide, I can use the hobby knife just to give it a little nudge and push it up into place. Or if you've glued it together like this, but you're not happy with the position of the gun, again you can use this to nudge the arms up slightly, and just see with the plastic glue, as it's setting, you've still got time to play. As I said, move around. That's why plastic glue is so much better for plastic kits. So I'm going to just give this a couple of minutes, then glue the head on. Now, I would imagine it's any one of those small heads. Let me just double check. Yeah, it's any one of the small heads from 95 to 100, whichever one you picked for the first guy. Just move the next one along. So, another piece left for this guy is number 76. So you took that 75 from there, 74 the flamer arm. So I'm going to snip that off and I'll show you how to clean it and show you how it goes on. Now, it's quite a small piece. On one side you see it's round, but one side is flat. So you want to take the flat side, I'll put some glue in between the two bits there. And what we want to do, maybe I should put the glue onto the fuel cell itself without dropping it. Once you go on there and it's got a bit of glue on it, it will stay. It should stay. Again, I'm using my hobby knife just to put it into the position I want. That's probably as good as I'm going to get. So a nightmare, but he's on, so he's ready to rumble now. So now on to the next guy. Right, so we need 71, which is a grenade launcher, and 72. Again, it goes in the same way. There's a little hand, there. So it snips it glues in the same way because it's a flat piece onto a flat piece. So I'm going to snip and clean them, glue them onto number 4, and then it's any of the small heads. Right, so he's together. So the last thing he needs is number 73, which is grenade belt, which is here next to the big heads. So I'm going to snip that off. That goes on the same way as the flamer cell does. So let's have a look at the other side of it. Yeah, so one side is rigid, the other side sort of curved and flat. So the flat side goes against in the little gap on the back on his back, and glue that in. Then we'll move on to the first heavy. Right, so now we're on to the two heavies. So it's heavy number one. You can either have a choice of a heavy stubber. One of them is a drill, and the other one looks like some sort of like arc cutter, some sort of like welding cutting tool. I'm going to go with that one and the drill because I just think that looks so cool. So the first thing we're going to need is backpack number 94, which is this one here. It's next to the sword arm. Okay, and any one of the big heads. Wait a minute. 10, 11, 12. Okay, so it's either one of 110, 111, or in the following corner, 112, 113. But I've got two of these, so I'm going to go with these two, 110, 111. So I'm going to snip the head off, glue the head in, and I'll show you that it's the same as the others. I'll clean the backpack off and I'll show you how that goes on. Right, so his head's in. Looks pretty sound. The backpack then, there's a little bit that sits up on his back, as you can see. And that just slots in there like so. Okay. Now the problem with this is this wire here connects into the gun, so you can't sit and leave it and have to go, oh, I'll come back to it in an hour's time. You have to do it in one motion, like not one motion, but you have to do this bit, then do the next bit very quickly, like not quickly, but in sufficient time. Maybe we should have put the gun together first. So we need this one. We need number 90, which is the gun itself. We need number 92, which is a little tripod, and number 91, which is this little fuel pack. So I'm going to snip these three pieces off, clean them down. I'm going to show you how they go together. Right, so this part of the gun here, and this little side piece goes into it. Now there's a little, this little bit sticking out there, slots in the front there, like so. That is how straightforward that is. Okay. Now we've got a little tripod on. The little tripod goes in here, under here like so. It connects in there. So I'm going to glue that into place, and then I'll show you how to glue on to the guy. Right, so the other arm we need is number 93, which is in this corner next to the stubber. So I'm going to snip that, clean that, and then I'll show you how it all goes together. Well, the arm goes in the same way, so I'll glue this one on first, and then I'll come back and show you how to put the heavy weapon onto him. Right, so I've applied the glue to the back of the rod there, to the arm, and to the hand. The hand actually has a hole in it for a pin to go into, which I didn't realise, but the arm has a pin on it. So that basically glues into it like so. There we go. Oh, I had it and it just adjusted itself. But I'm going to glue that in. On the base. So just show me if they're meant to be on the base. But it looks like the tripod should be on the base. So I'm going to take my hobby knife off camera, just give it a little nudge here and there. But by the looks of it, should be on the tripod, should be on the base, which is kind of cool. Right, so on to the next heavy now. So I'm going to take head 111, which is this one here. But it's head 110, 111, 112 or 130. So I'm going to take number 111 just to keep it simple. Then we need backpack number 86, which is this one here next to the mine, the drill, because that's what I'm going to go for. So I'm going to snip that off, clean that down, glue them on, so I've already shown you that, don't need to show you again. Right, so the next two pieces we need is 84 and 85. Obviously, if you're using a heavy stubber, then this would be your backpack. Number 82, no, number 89, sorry. And then the gun, and number 88 would be the arm. But I need 85 and 84. And to be honest with you, there's the hand. This arm looks like there's a little pin on top there. Just snips on there. Let's have a look at the other side. Yeah, there's a little hole for that to go into. So that goes on the same way I've already shown you. So I'm going to glue that together and then we'll move on to the first guy. Well, when I said the first guy, I meant the first normal guy, because you've got the sergeant, the icon bearer, 2 specials, 2 heavies, and then 4 normal guys. Now, so they all come armed with auto guns, okay? But you can change, any number of models in the squad can change their auto guns for shotguns, which is, you know, very nice. But the way these are put together is in a set. So it's either the auto gun or the shotgun, but they both use the same supporting hand. So the first ones we need for this first guy is number, where are we? 53, which is one here. 52, which is the auto gun, which is, look at the claws on that, actually amazing. Or 54, which is shotgun. Again, claws are actually amazing. So I'm going to do 2 shotguns, 2 auto guns. So I'm going to snip 53 and 54 off, clean them down, glue them down. They go into the same way as the other guys' 2 hands go in. So let me show you that. And then is what is it saying? 106 to 110, 109. It's bizarre. There's only 2 sets here. Oh, there's 106. That's weird the way they've done it. There's 106. There's 108. And then we've got 100. There's 107 and there's 109. So you have one of those 2 heads or one of these 2 heads. So I'm going to stick one off, glue it in, and then move on to the next guy. Right, so for the weapons for this guy, it's 55, which is the auto gun, 57, which is a shotgun, and then 56 is the arm that goes. So either one of those weapons and the arm goes with it. I'm going to cheat though. So we say, how do you mean you're going to cheat? I'm going to take number 58, which is the auto gun held one-handed, and I'm going to take, where's the number 61, which is the dagger arm, and I'm going to glue that onto this guy because it's so annoying trying to glue 2 bits together. I'm going to glue that onto him, and then I'll come back to you for the 3rd normal guy. There we are, just because I wanted to cheat. Right, so the last 2 guys, there's an assortment of weapons that they can have. Not weapons, sorry, options they can have. I'll bring it in and just show you. So if you're going to take this auto gun, number 31, it's arm 32, or the shotgun 33, it's arm 32. If you're going to take 37 auto gun, shotgun 39, arm 38. Okay, that's one set together. That's one set together. The reason I'm showing you this is it says ×2. So any option that you want from here, if you chose this gun and this arm, that goes to one model. This gun and that arm goes to the other model. So number 40, 41 or 42. That shotgun's cool, look at that. Oh my goodness me. Then we have, that's also a cool shotgun. 45, 43 and 44. 44 being the arm. 35 being the arm. 34 also gun. And 36 shotgun. Okay. Now the reason I'm showing you that is because here's what the sprue looks like now for terms of guns. Okay, and what they usually are. Let me see if I can locate one. Where are we? 56. 6 on it? Nope. 35 is not there. No, I saw that. Okay, so there's 35. Yeah, this arm here. And then 36 is a shotgun next to it, and 34 is the gun here. Yeah, so they are pretty much located close together. So I'm going to snip the heads on, and again it's any head for these 2 between number 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100 or 101. So it's basically any one of these small heads here, up until this guy here, which is bonkers, I don't know why, but that's the way it is. And then I snip one set of weapon and arm off, glue it on, the other weapon and arm, glue it on, and the heads, and then I come back with final thoughts. Right, so back to final thoughts. I apologise if you can hear the rain coming down outside, just decided to just open up. There goes my afternoon gardening. Anyway, what do I think about these models? I've actually really liked the sculpts. I think they're really cool. They're a little bit of a pain to put the second hand in. It's the gun. Not all of them now. The auto guns seem to go in really, really nicely. It's just shotguns seem to be with a little bit of a problem. You know, special weapons and the heavy weapons is the same, but the heavy weapons seem to have a bit more of a pin and a hole. I'd give these guys a difficulty rating of maybe a 4. They'd be a loose 4 because they're not that annoying. But I can't even remember what rating I gave the Eldo Guardians, because in all honesty, they are easier. They are easier than these guys to build, because these guys, bit that goes into there, very, very, very tiny, and they're the same sort of size, which makes, you know, I don't know. These guys are easier to build than the Guardians. So if I gave them a 4, these are a 3. You know, something like that. But I can't remember offhand what I gave them. But the auto guns seem to go in a lot easier than the shotguns, which I don't know, but that's the way it is. The only thing with these models that I'm not too pleased with is there's a lot of mould lines that I missed. It's only when I see the model together I go, oh look, I missed that bit, I missed that bit. And it's not even on the straight bit like the shotgun, the chainsword or the pole. It's on the arms. I'll bring this guy up and show you. It's on the arm there. So dirty mould line that I missed. But once it's finished glued, sanding sponge, not this piece, this tatty old piece, will come with a new piece. Come with a new piece, and just I'll cut a piece off, a very thin piece, and just give it a little clean down once it's all glued. Because once it's glued, it's all just one piece of plastic. Nothing's going to fall off, or anytime something come off is if you sand it too hard, or if you're trying to sand a pipe or something like that, and it just comes away, as it has done to me before. Yeah, I'm actually quite pleased with these guys. I'm delighted I finished the Shadow Throne box now. I'm actually delighted for that. And I'm actually looking forward to getting these guys to a 2,000 point army and getting them on the table. But with that said, I'm not in any rush to get them there. Someone's probably going to throw a question at me saying, oh, would they be ready for the Codex? I don't know. You know, that's all. Honestly, I don't know. I'd like to have them ready for the Codex, but I couldn't. They're not top of my list, should we say. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. If this has helped you in any way, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, because it costs you absolutely nothing, but it helps this channel out in a massive, massive way. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything, because you don't just do Let's Builds, we do painting, we do, well, I say I do Let's Builds, painting, weekly Wednesdays, you know, terrain builds, battle reports. This channel has everything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so because YouTube shared this video with more and more people and make this amazing community of you guys grow even more. If you have any comments or anything you want to say about these guys, chuck them below as always. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, take it easy.